Using Google to find cybersecurity articles and computer science articles can sometimes work out just fine, but sometimes it doesn't work that well in that you might run into a paywall and be asked to pay maybe $30 for an article. Fortunately, the library has subscriptions to journals and more already that you can view without having to pay anything. The simplest way of searching them is to look under the Search Everything box and do a full-text peer-reviewed journals search. By having full text checked, that ensures that you have access to actually see the entire article, and peer-reviewed is for scholarly materials. However, you can uncheck peer-reviewed if you're okay with looking at newspapers and trade magazines and so forth. Let's try doing a search for code injection. When I do this search, I mostly get things that are related to code injection, but I can see also that it's been matching on some of the terms individually, like just code or just injection. So, I can also put quotes around code injection to ensure that I'm only getting that phrase. And that works in Google and other search engines, and it's a way of being able to just narrow it down to something specific when you have a multiple word phrase. So searching by that instead, the number of results I have has been greatly reduced. But now it's more specific about what I mean. Another way to narrow down results is to try using the date slider here, so that I could maybe say that I want things that are pretty recent from the past 5 years. And I can also have a look at what databases we got hits in, and I can use the subject terms. And subject terms are typically terms that have been put onto articles by humans who have read them, and so that makes it so that you're getting articles that are much more likely to be about the thing that you selected rather than just mentioning the term. So I think I'll select cyber terrorism, malware, security, internet security, computer security. Now I think I'll just leave it with those. So now the results I have are much more likely to be about the subjects that I selected. Let's say I want to look at this article. If I click on it, I'll get an abstract that summarizes the article, and I can go ahead and look at it in PDF full text right away. And on the right-hand side, there are some tools that can help us save the article, like a permalink that always reads this record, and you can use that to save it or share it somewhere just by copying it down somewhere. And we have pre-made citations in various formats, as well as export files that you can use in a bibliographic management software like Zotero or Mendeley or EndNote. And the email option here actually emails the entire article to you, so you can save it in your email that way. Sometimes results might be labeled full text finder, and what this means is that the database thinks that that full text is in another database and is going to attempt to link to it. So if we look at the record, it says full text finder, and if I click on that full text finder link, it will give me another link to where it believes it is in an open access journal. And this is that journal's website. It's linked directly to that website, to their main page, rather than directly to the article itself. Some of the full text finder links will take you right to where you want to go, or sometimes they'll take you pretty close to where you want to go. So by looking at the article record again, I can see that we need to look for Volume 9, Issue 1. Issue 1. Side panel, parameter. And there it is. So I can click on that, and the PDF full text is right here. So even though it took a few more steps than usual, we were still able to get the full text of that article. Nexus Uni is our top legal resource, and it has news from all over the world and company information as well. It's one of our most complex databases, and it provides different ways of being able to search it. However, it's actually quite simple if you use the general search up here and use this caret icon to open up a submenu that allows you to specify what it is you want to look for. Like, let's say I want to look for cases that mention the word cybersecurity. That brings back about 600 something cases. And let's say I want to look at this one, ELEC Privacy Info Center versus the NSA. So, looking at the case summary, it seems that someone sued the NSA over something. And looking further down, you can see that it is very much legalese, but this is also very important definitive information. And there's hyperlinks here for other cases and legislation that relates to this article, or relates to this case. And that's because citing other things and putting those into your argument is sort of how legal arguments are made. If you plan to work on the criminal justice side of cybersecurity, learning more about legal resources like this might be useful to your career. Nexus Uni also has separate interfaces for searching under this menu here, where you see this caret. So if I maybe look at criminal justice, that'll bring me a customized interface just for criminal justice searching. Or if I look at company dossier, that opens up a business type of search. Let's say I want to look at Apple and how they're doing as a company. Because it's a large publicly traded company, there's quite a bit of information here, including how they are currently doing financially, and cases related to Apple, and news stories related to Apple. And if you still need help finding research articles, you can contact us at the library where it says Contact the Library. You can find my email address here. Feel free to send me an email, and thanks for listening.